What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Real NBA video. So in today's video I'm going to be talking about the Bulls' two most recent signings in this year's free agency. So the Bulls signed Kornet to a 2-year deal, and they also signed Adam Mokoka to I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. They also signed Adam Mokoka to a 2-way contract. So yeah, I'm going to be talking about them and how they can fit in with the Bulls and how they can fit in the NBA and how they can fit in with the Bulls and all that stuff. But before the video starts, please like and subscribe. And yeah, tell me what you guys think about these two signings in the comment section below. Did the Bulls mess up, or are these some good pickups for the Bulls? So yeah, let's get right into the video. Kornet is a 7'1" power forward. He can also play the center position. He's a really good 3-point shooter. He shot 36% on 4 attempts per game last year, including a game where he had 7 threes against the Bucks. In that game, he scored 23 points to go along with the 7 threes. He's capable of making quick catch and shoot shots, and he has a high release point when he shoots. He's also a pretty good shot blocker. He will always be there to contest shots at the rim. He's tall and has long arms, so he won't have to jump that high to get blocks. Let me just go over some of the good games that Kornet had last season. He had a great game against the Sixers where he had 23 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. There was another game against the Wizards where he recorded 17 points to go along with 4 blocks. And a week before that game, he had 17 points and 3 blocks against the Heat. His best game in the NBA was ironically against the Bulls, where he scored 24 points and recorded 3 blocks. So all in all, I think he's a great fit for the Bulls. He's only 23, so he still has room to develop. He will be a great stretch 4 and sometimes even stretch 5 for the Bulls coming off the bench. And yeah, that was a pretty good pickup in my opinion by the Bulls. Kornet, he's still young. He still has a lot of room to develop and grow. You know, he's a really good shot blocker, really good 3-point shooter. Everyone on Twitter seems to think this is a good signing. I was on Twitter and I saw a bunch of Knicks fans saying this was a really good pickup for the Bulls. So I mean, I think it was a pretty good pickup as well. He'll be coming off the bench. He won't be getting that much minutes, but I think this means it's the end of Felicio getting minutes, because the Bulls have Gafford, Lauri Markkanen, Kornet, and Wendell Carter Jr. So I think it's the end for Felicio as far as getting minutes in the rotation. But yeah, I think Kornet is a pretty good pickup. Hopefully he can become a pretty good player for the Bulls. So the next player the Bulls signed was guard Adam Mokoka to a 2-way contract. He was an international player last year. He played 32 games and averaged 11 points per game, 3.8 rebounds, and 1 steal a game. In the 2017-18 season, he played for a team in France and he won the Best Young Player award. With his 6'10" wingspan and his physical profile, he has potential to become a pretty good defensive player if he can develop correctly. So if the Bulls give him some minutes, I can see him becoming a really good defender, and also he might be able to become a pretty good 3-and-D player if he could develop his 3-point shot. Mokoka is definitely a project player. He's only 20 years old, but if he develops correctly and the Bulls give him some minutes, I think he could become a really good defender and maybe even a good 3-and-D player. And I think this was a pretty good signing as well. He's a 2-way player, so he'll be playing a lot of games in the D League or G League. I think he'll be a pretty good player in a couple of years. I think this was a pretty solid pickup. Low-key, the Bulls have been having a pretty good free agency this offseason. Thaddeus Young and Thomas Satoransky, I made a video about them already. Those 2 players were pretty good pickups. And they also got Kornet, who is a good stretch 4. And they also got Mokoka, who might be able to get some minutes next year. So all in all, I think the Bulls free agency has been pretty good. The Bulls have got a lot better this offseason. This offseason, the Bulls got Kobe White, Daniel Gafford, Mokoka, Kornet, Thaddeus Young, and Thomas Satoransky. All they really lost was Robin Lopez, if I remember correctly. But Chris Dunn is in some trade rumors, so we might lose him as well. But I mean, we'll get some stuff in return. And we already have 3 point guards already. We just re-signed Arcidiacono, so that was another free agency move that the Bulls made. It was 3 years, $9 million, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, the Bulls did re-sign Arcidiacono. That was a really good re-sign because Arcidiacono, he's obviously a really good player. He's really good at facilitating and playing defense, and he's a really good hustle player. He'll dive for loose balls. He'll dive in a crowd to get a loose ball. The Bulls have gone under the radar and got some pretty good players. So I mean, these players, Thaddeus Young, Thomas Satoransky, Kornet, and Mokoka, and plus Kobe White and Gafford, they're making them playoffs next year for sure. These moves that they're making, they're not big names, but they're gonna help the Bulls make the playoffs next year. But yeah, that's gonna be all for the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share, and I'll see you next time.